a polarising figure in wrestling who came to WCW is Vince Russo. And he came in October of 1999. And I remember, I think I was like 14 at the time when I was watching WCW. And you watched both. And there was this like, excitement that this guy, you know, to the public, who'd been very instrumental in WWF and their big success was now coming to WCW. And things might be, you know, getting competitive again. What were your experiences of working with Vince Russo? Does he get too bad of a rap for what he did in WCW? Was he pleasant enough to you and you liked what he did? How do you feel?
I couldn't stand Vince Russo. I still don't like him. I don't, you know, and maybe it's unfair because I'm not giving him a second chance and I won't do his podcast and I don't want to talk to him, but we all make decisions in our life, and the negativity that he brought to the business and to my life, maybe unfairly, is something I don't ever want to deal with again. So I don't have enough time for the people that I love in the world, and I'd much rather be with you guys for 2 hours than talk to him for 2 minutes. Maybe I should give him a second chance, but I just don't feel like it.
I don't think you should. I really don't think you should. No, but like, let me ask you just one more thing about that to just kind of clarify, because you know, when you listen to your story, it is kind of like, it's quite refreshing. Because like for me as an interviewer, I'm kind of going, okay, let's really get into WCW, and you're like, I did my job, you know. So it's like it's hard to like pick onto something. So with Russo, why is he?
I thought he was originally a plant from WWE, WWF. I thought he came down to ruin our business. I did, I swear to you. And I thought his stuff was a little campy, you know, a lot campy, and I wasn't a campy guy. And, you know, but let's just talk about what a good human being I am. And I'm not going to toot my horn much up here, but the night that I had to spear him in that cage, I wouldn't come out until he put that helmet on, okay? Because I knew I was coming with it. And I was not leaving anything to the imagination. So I spared his life that night by letting him put the helmet on. So that's just how nice I am.
And you know, I mean, there's a lot of things I think that he did that some people just are unwilling to forgive. You know, whether it's putting the belt on David Arquette, who, to be fair to David Arquette, you know,
David Arquette's a great guy. He gets a bad rap. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time when the wrong decision was made. Mm-hmm. But David Arquette has a love for the business of professional wrestling that's unparalleled by many celebrities, by any celebrity I've ever seen. And for that, I love the guy. And he brought me into his home, and you know, we're friends. And I love that dude. He's a good guy. And the passion that he has for the business alone should get the respect from every wrestling fan in the world.
And this is just a personal experience I think fits in well to the conversation. So I would watch WCW. Did people here watch WCW in the late 90s? Yeah. And so I tuned into WCW maybe the end of 99. That was my kind of like, I'm out. And whenever I would tune back in, maybe once every 6 weeks, I'd be like, oh, we'll see what's going on. The one thing that was still great was Goldberg. I'm not sucking up to you. That was the one that was still there. It was like the one remnant that you remembered that you liked. And then I remember for me, the thing that I was like, I'm out, was the heel turn that they did with you. And it felt bad watching it, because it felt like it was just this.
It didn't feel nearly as bad watching it as it did doing it. And, you know, for years, I've taken a bad rap, and justifiably so, because, you know, the good professional wrestlers are willing to do things to keep the fans on their seat, to be the antithesis of what they thought was going to happen. And I mean, I'm telling you, and I've said it before, I would have been the biggest, baddest, meanest sumbitch heel that ever walked the planet. I guarantee you. But that would not allow me to be the superhero for kids. And that was the most important thing and the reason why I got in the business. And that's the biggest thing that I took out of the business. And so my heel turn lasted one night because I told him to shove it. I wasn't going to do it again. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, call me a bad wrestler, but I'd rather have a big heart than be a guy that, you know, did things just because of the pop.